it's a matter of really taking an honest inventory of your own skills, your own time, and what resources do you have.
My name's Collin Hart.
And my name's Michael McClain with Left Coast Healthcare Advisors. And together, we're going to talk about ASC development and how to make it easier for you.
In this video, we'll highlight common bottlenecks in ASC growth so you know what to look for. Michael, so obviously there are a lot of growth scenarios in a surgery center operation. When should somebody reach out to an expert or not?
It's a great question. You know, a lot of times you don't need an expert, but it's important to sort of know your own business. A lot of ASC leaders are chief cook and bottle washers. They run in everything. And you have to understand, how big is this project? When you start to think about, do I have the bandwidth to take on big financial projects? Do I have the ability to knock down walls? Do I need regulatory help? Maybe I need to change all my contracts. Am I talking about finding real estate? Do you really have that subject matter expertise? Or is it time to think about spending a little money and bring in somebody who can really help? ASC leaders, and I used to run my own, we're really proud to say we do it all ourselves, but sometimes you really need to think about, can you do it and do it well? Or is it worth bringing in sort of the A-team to help out?
And what I heard from you is not only bringing in a subject matter expert, but it might also be capital related, right? Because you mentioned some big projects there.
Absolutely. It could be finance. It could be helping with site selection. It could be how to figure out how am I going to get paid to do this large project, where it might be selecting the right type of partner. I don't know about, well, I know you run a very different business than I do in operations, but I'm not an expert in leases.
Right.
And so if I'm going to maybe change up the type of model that I have for the building, I'm going to want to reach out to somebody who knows a whole lot more than I do about it before I dive into a 30-year investment.
And in instances where somebody comes to you and presents a project or an opportunity, is that always hey, you should definitely hire an expert? Or are there situations where they should be the chief cook and bottle officer?
I think it really depends on the size and scale of the project and the experience of the leader. You know, if you've seen one ASC, you've seen one. Sometimes your very capable leadership can look at it and maybe they only need a little bit of help in a space. And so it's a matter of really taking an honest inventory of your own skills, your own time, and what resources do you have. And maybe you only need help with a portion, or maybe you need to farm the whole thing out. It's really, each project is different.
And I think that's such a great perspective, because I often find that our physician clients are hesitant to call an expert because they don't want to be sold or they don't want to spend the money. And so to hear somebody say, look, you don't always need an expert, but let's at least talk about it, that feels pretty disarming.
And you know, I think it really matters who you're working with, because I think there's no shortage of consulting support. Somebody will do something for you. The question is, will they do the right thing at the right time and sort of help you with the how? And it's really important to find that partner that says, I can help you with that piece. You got this covered. You're good. But what about this piece? Let me help you with just this piece, and then get out of the way.
Great. Well, I think this has been really informative as kind of an opening, and we'll look forward to diving into some of the instances where people can bring in an expert in more detail.
I love it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Michael.